People who've been jumped, what happened? I got attacked by 4 men for standing on a porch holding a package. I drove for a delivery contractor 2 years, nights mostly. That neighborhood was on my route 3 days a week, and I'd been to half those houses before. It was 8:40 on a Tuesday in November, already full dark. I had a box for 114 Ellsworth. Porch light off, motion light broken. I set the package down, took my photo, turned around. There were 3 men on the walkway, and 1 behind me on the grass. The one in front asked what I thought I was doing. I held up my scanner. I said, "I'm delivering, I've got the app open, the address is right here on the screen." He said they'd had 4 packages stolen off that block in a month. I said, "I know, I've heard, I'm the guy who brings them." He wasn't listening. He'd decided what I was before he crossed the street. I tried to get down the steps to my van. Somebody grabbed the back of my jacket and pulled me off the second stair, and my feet went out from under me. I never swung, not once. I want that clear because it was the whole case. I went down onto the walkway, put my hands over my head, and stayed like that. 4 grown men, one of them in work boots. I remember the concrete being cold on my cheek. I remember one of them saying, "Hold him, hold him." I remember thinking about my scanner, that I'd dropped it, that I'd have to pay for it. A woman 2 houses down came out screaming that she was recording and had already called the police. That's what stopped it, not any of them deciding to stop. By the time the cruisers came, one of the 4 had already left in his truck. I couldn't get up. My left wrist was wrong. My face was swelling so fast that an officer asked me twice if I could see out of both eyes. At the hospital, broken cheekbone, 3 broken ribs, and a distal radius fracture that needed a plate and 11 screws. The nerve damage is the part that stayed. 2 fingers on my left hand have no real feeling. I can't pick up a coin. I can't button a cuff without looking at it. The van was still running in the street with the hazards on and 41 packages in the back. Here's the part that made people lose their minds when it came out. A doorbell camera 2 houses up got all of it, and so did the woman with the phone. The video shows me holding a scanner in the air with both hands. It shows me backing up. It shows him grab my jacket. It also shows, 40 seconds before any of that, my van pulling up with the company logo lit on the side. 3 of them were charged with aggravated assault. The 4th turned himself in that week. 2 took pleas. The one in the boots went to trial because his attorney thought neighborhood watch was a defense. The jury needed 2 hours. 9 days after it happened, a letter came to my dispatch office addressed to me. It was from the one who grabbed me first. He wrote that they'd all been on edge, that people were fed up, that he hoped I understood it wasn't personal. Then he wrote that they'd since found out who'd actually been taking the packages. It was his sister's kid, 17. He'd been walking the block after school and lifting boxes off porches for 2 months. The man who put me in a hospital because packages were disappearing had been driving that same kid to soccer practice. He wrote that he was sorry and asked me not to let it ruin 4 people's lives. I gave the letter to my lawyer. The civil suit named all 4, and the outcome was never in question because you cannot argue self-defense against a man kneeling on a walkway with his hands on his head. We settled for $140,000, most of it covered by 2 homeowners' policies. It's paying for the second surgery and replaced about a year of income. It did not replace my left hand. I don't drive routes anymore. I can't grip a hand truck. I dispatch now from a chair for less money, and I'm grateful I had a company that made a spot for me. The kid got diversion and community service. I've never met him and don't need to. What I think about is the 40 seconds. The van was right there. The logo was lit. The scanner was in my hand. None of it mattered because 4 men had